Caner Universe, it's Caner Tip Tuesday, and today, 5 reasons why everyone should be carrying a cane. Now, don't tell me you've heard this before and you know these, because I'm presenting it from the cane flow perspective. And stick around for number 5. I guarantee it's going to be an eye-opener. Hey, a warm welcome to those of you who are here for the first time, as well as faithful followers of the Cane Fist Way. The first thing you want to do is, if you like the content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon so that you don't miss any future content, and avail yourself of the 2 free resources I ask you every week. Have you done that no-cost cane clarity call yet? And people still ask, what is that? Well, that's where we set aside some time to listen to you. Specifically, what is it about these segments that attracts you to the cane? What are your questions? Are we looking to get cane trained? How can you really make it happen? How can you make it happen wherever you are when you don't have a certified instructor? You have questions about canes, the canes culture in general. That's what that's for, so that you get all your questions answered before you purchase anything, or you're looking to getting trained anything else. Get it right from the onset. It's going to save you time, funds, and frustration. And number 2, there's ACSD has just one group that is open to the general public. Check it out. It's called Cane Flow. You can read about it in the description. Request entry that will let you right in. So what are these 5? But you know, the majority watching, I know that you come for self protection. Some come for better movement. But there are 5 observations, 5 points within cane flow that really everybody can benefit from. The first one is just better mobility. What is it? It's a mobility device. That's what it's a medical device. I always say it's a medical device that can save your life, right? With training, it can save your life. But just to better ambulation, to get around better. Think of terrain. It's like having a sister, your walking companion. How many times have I not relied on the reach of this cane to reach out, to press an elevator, get to something, or something, squat here a little bit because I can't get all the way out there, and reach out and use that a crook to pull something in. So just as a companion. Number 2 is that if you know how to use it, cane flow is movement-based system, and in that movement-based system leads to, yes, it has, what the majority of, I'm going to get to that in a second, what people are coming in here to look, but no, the better mobility, it has a functional fitness system built in. The movements are designed. There's certain skills, abilities that every caner should have, right? Especially as the years go by. One of them is squatting, the ability to do something like this here, and to do it safely, right? Got to know how to do that. Well, I got bad knees, I got this, I got that limb. How do you circumvent that training? Our movements are designed in the shoulder, the waist moving, the way that you do it does so in a way that's gentle, but with something tangible in your hand, which leads to number 3. And that is that in those movements, you have the self-protection. Now listen, if you're here for the first time and you haven't heard this before, this is a tool that I don't need a license or a permit to hang around with. It's readily available in my hand. I know how to choke up with it. I go, this is not going to get lost in my pocket. It's not going to get stuck. It's not going to get lost in a purse, so on and so forth. And if somebody's coming with a knife, just the distance alone, what's your best defense against a knife? Boy, that's a big knife. But distance is, right, your power shots are moving forward, but even if it's not with the knife, somebody gets their paws around you and every which way, pop, be able to use it from here. I'm getting choked. All right, can't breathe, can't fight. Come down here. Getting grabbed. It's all built in there. Right, throws a punch, right? And then that whole system, all that is in the movements. The movements are designed to show you that movement. And then also when you don't have, the cane, the same movements are done with the empty hand, the locking. It's all built in there, how to go ahead and coordinate. So it's already built into the system. Now, what about brain training? What do I mean by that? Well, if you look at statistically, dancing and juggling are the 2 activities, right, that are most brain friendly, for lack of a better term. Well, when you see cane flow, you say, well, it's a lot like dancing, but I'm going to slow all that stuff down just real basic. Listen, what you're doing on one side every time you're crossing your midline, and you go and you do it to the other, right? When you do something like that, having to work both sides of the body, which in cane flow you have to do, unless you have a limitation or an injury, then we really are going to get it to where that side is unstoppable. That's part of brain training, and there's different levels of it, right? There I wasn't moving, but if you're also moving the feet while you're moving, right, with your hands, that takes it to another level. If I turn these in and I take it to where, maybe I'm dealing with 2 of these, well, this has its own level as well. Now you're dealing with it here, one first, then the other, and so on and so forth, and you're offsetting these. That's another level of brain training. The ability to do one thing with one cane, take a look at the right, and then the left is moving, at a different pace. That's another level of brain training. And then, point number 5, you use this as a kinesthetic tool. This is where there's a huge disconnect. And I'll show you what I mean, whether it be empty hand or with the cane. And the cane in ACSD and in cane flow teaches the empty hand. But you see movement in here, right? Something that looks like that. If I were to take that now, let me break that down for you. You're using your cane in this, we use this gripping exercise right out here for kinesthetic training. This same thing, that projecting of coming in, and now you see this is coming down. Well, what does this even mean? And then coming down here, or maybe you see it this way. So there's this coming down and moving. If I were to break that down for you, let's do it from this side. You can do this with the cane, and you see she's throwing a shot, a wide, roundhouse shot. Pop, you're stepping in to jam that. You're anchoring here. Now, with the tool, if this comes on the clavicle, right, this is the takedown. When you see me doing this, that's what you're getting there. You have this takedown, right? This catch. Now you're doing this arrow to anchor. This represents the face of your striking. You're bringing them down to the triangulation point. I don't have the tool here. Bam! There's the strike, anchoring above the elbow. I don't have that to go into the clavicle, but hey, it's an endangerment site in there, so I'm going to go in, dig, and then bring it to the triangulation. That's all built into the system. And so when you know what you're doing with it, this becomes your best training buddy. And you don't need anything else. You don't need all this other equipment. Sure, it's good to have a bag, a stack of tires, something to make contact with, so you see what that feels like as part of your conditioning, so that God forbid you do need to use it, this thing doesn't go flying out of your grip. That's one of the things, one of the measure, if you want to measure, one of the markers for anti-aging is your grip strength. That's one of the ways to train it, but it's not real complicated. Boy, it's such a versatile tool, and you can carry it anywhere. All you need is your cane, a camera, and add training. Where do you begin with this? Because their structure training is step by step. Wait, listen, just text those. That's how it begins. It begins with a conversation to see if it's something that would make sense for you, like it has for so many all over the world. Text those letters CCC to 305-745-7839. Listen, one more thing. We had gotten questions about Sobrevivencia, the immersion here. Yes, it is sold out. It's sold out, I think, a week ago or 2 weeks ago. And what we've done is we have a waiting list, because there's still about 4 months before this event. Inevitably, sometimes people can say, hey, I can't make it, can't do it. So if you're on that list, then we give you entry to go in there. We're trying to see if we can get other instructors or another way to accommodate others, but right now it's been sold out for 2 weeks. I do appreciate your enthusiasm for that and your feedback, and hey, we're always available, 800-289-8188. We actually answer the phones. Yes, we do. I'm Joe Robaina for American Cane Self-Defense and Cane Flow. Thanks for watching. Keep caning. Stay safe.